One quite get through. Before the world reclaims its powers, what the dark keeps, keep it safe in the quiet, in the space. What the dark keeps is your own. Things that only night has known. What the dark keeps soft and sealed. Not everything needs to be revealed. Yourself at night, the daylight never gets to see. More honest, less concerned with right, more quietly and simply free. What the dark keeps, keep it safe in the quiet, in the space. What the dark keeps is your own. Things that only night has known. What the dark keeps soft and sealed. Not everything needs to be revealed. Some things belong to the dark, and that's perfectly fine. I take inventory of my shadows, the ones I've named and ones I haven't, the ones that live in mental meadows, the ones that make the quiet happen. Shadow inventory, soft and true. Some of them I never knew. Shadow inventory, mine to keep. Everything that lives in deep. Shadow inventory. feel the pressure dropping now, the way it does before the rain. My body knows before somehow, before the weather shows its name. Pressure drop, the air knows first, before the drought becomes a thirst. Pressure drop, something's coming, soft and low, the atmosphere humming. Pressure drop, let it break, let the rain do what it takes. Relief in the release, in the moment tension breaks, in the strange and sudden peace that every pressure drop creates. Pressure drop, the air knows first, before the drought becomes a thirst. Pressure drop, something's coming, soft and low, the atmosphere humming. Pressure drop, let it break, let the rain do what it takes. Here comes the rain, the third window on the second floor has light at 2 in the morning. I've watched it every night before, without knowing what it's adorning. Third window, someone else's night, someone else's quiet light. The third window, burning warm, someone weathering their own storm. The third window, you and I, both awake beneath the same dark sky. I've invented lives for that light, a reader or a restless mind, someone else for whom the night is something gentle and designed. Third window, someone else's night, someone else's quiet light. The third window, burning warm, someone weathering their own storm. The third window, you and I, both awake beneath the same dark sky. Still burning at 2 in the morning. Whoever you are, playlist ran out an hour ago. I haven't pressed play again. Just sitting in the afterglow of where the music's been. Empty playlist, just the room, just me inside the gentle gloom. Empty playlist, silence now. I forgot that I knew how to sit with nothing, just the dark, to need no soundtrack for the heart. Silence has its own texture, its own particular kind of weight. Not heavy, more like a gesture from the night that can wait. Empty playlist, just the room, just me inside the gentle gloom. Empty playlist, silence now. I forgot that I knew how to sit with nothing, just the dark, to need no soundtrack for the heart. The silence was the song. I live my life in low lamplight, where shadows make the edges soft. I don't need much to feel alright, just quiet in the city lost. Low light living, this is fine. A slower, softer way to shine. Low light living, warm and dim, right here at the city's brim. I've learned to let the evening in, to sit with what I cannot change, to wear the night against my skin and find it oddly, quietly strange. Low light living, this is fine. A slower, softer way to shine. Low light living, warm and dim, right here at the city's brim. Not everything needs to be bright. Some things only show at night. Low light, low light living. inside a quiet radius of everything I've chosen to be near. Not small by accident, not vacuous, just the right amount of atmosphere. Quiet radius, this is mine. Everything inside this line. Quiet radius, soft and true, just enough of me and you. I used to think that more meant better, that wider meant more rich and full. Now I read the quiet to the letter and find it complete and beautiful. Quiet radius, this is mine. Everything inside this line. Quiet radius, soft and true, just enough of me and you. The radius keeps what matters close and lets the rest just drift away. Inside it I have what I need most to make it through another day. Small circle, complete and whole, enough. The night fabric wraps around the city in ways that daylight never manages. Something almost tender, almost gritty, in the way the darkness bandages. Night fabric, dark and soft, the material of the overhead loft. Night fabric, woven through with everything the night can do to make the ordinary feel like something more entirely real. like something more entirely real. Beneath the canopy of everything, there grows an understory, soft and low, where smaller lives do their own flourishing, away from everything. The loud winds blow, the understory, mine to know, where the quieter things grow, the understory, low and true. This is where I come back to. The room 2 degrees warmer, just by being somewhere near. Not loud and not here. 2 degrees, that's all it takes to change the temperature of eggs. 2 degrees, small and real. The difference in the way things feel. I notice it in your absence now. The room returns to what it was. I understand completely how 2 degrees was all because 2 degrees, that's all it takes to change the temperature of eggs. 2 degrees, small and real. The difference in the way things feel. Nobody talks about 2 degrees. The small warmth, the minor ease, the almost imperceptible shift that turns away into a gift. 2 degrees, I felt every fraction of it. I take my night inventory slow, counting what I kept and what I lost, not judging where I chose to go, just noting what each moment cost. Night inventory, piece by piece, finding what deserves release. Night inventory, soft review, keeping only what stays true. Tonight I'm keeping the small warmth of someone's laugh I almost forgot. The moment when the rain turned north and everything was what it's not. Night inventory, piece by piece, finding what deserves release. Night inventory, soft review, keeping only what stays true. This is not a purge. This is not accounting. This is just the quiet work of knowing what I'm carrying, still taking stock. Dim the room down to the low, where the edges start to blur. Let the lamp decide the glow. Let the night become a blur. Dim and soft and finally still. This is more than just a feel. Dim the room, dim the thought. Let go of everything you fought. Dim the room, low and right. This is how I spend the night. There's an art to dimming down, to turning off before you break, to laying softly on the ground of everything you need to take. Dim and soft and finally still. This is more than just a